Good morning, hybrid cloud gurus. It's about 4 in the morning on Tuesday morning, and I got up this morning, took a look at the work that I did, and I realized that I had launched my auto scaling group. I'd taken my AMI, put it in an auto scaling group, and then I'd given it. It said if CPU hits above 5% on the production website, give me another one. But I made a mistake. I actually launched my instance in the wrong availability zone. So US West 2A, Oregon. T2 micro isn't available because it's been superseded by T3 micro at a better price. So I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I wanted to try actually showing you a different way to get to the same result. So the way we actually built this website in the first place is we started with a template. And if you're not a developer, and I am not, although I do happen to work with some great developers, I just typed in CloudFormation and got to the sample templates, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the one for US East, Northern Virginia. And I've got 3 different things: services, application frameworks, and sample solutions. I'm going to go to sample solutions, and you can see down here the actual thing that we use for our production website says installs and deploys WordPress on Amazon EC2 in an auto-scaling group with multiple AZ Amazon RDS database instance for storage. So I can actually view this. By the way, that's not a great way for me to view it because this, whether it's YAML or JSON, it's not very readable for me. I actually like to view it in the designer. The designer, I think, is very cool. It's one of the coolest things for a non-developer like me because I can actually see what's going to happen. So I can look at it by maximizing the screen. By the way, I prefer to read in YAML, so it says this is what it does. Here's the parameters, so it's looking at your subnets, the instance types you can choose, those sorts of things. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. And the very cool thing, I'm going to hit that big button to center this. It shows all of the things it's going to go on. So it's going to create a security group, application load balancer group. It's going to create a database instance, a launch configuration, a listener, auto scaling. It's kind of cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and say leave. And then I'm just going to create a very basic template using this sample solution. So I'm going to actually launch the stack. And when I launch this stack, I'm going to say use the template. Sure. Now there's an Amazon URL here that is really just S3 CloudFormation-templates.us East WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and put in my parameters here, and I'm going to say Bob wrap delete by October 2019 demo. Okay, what are my passwords here? I'm going to put in a password that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1s. This can be called demo, T2 small. I'm going to use my production key. Do I want multi-AZ? Yeah, of course I do. That sounds really cool. SSH allowed here. I'm actually bringing up 2 web servers just because I think that's interesting to watch in CloudFormation. Okay, and it says what tags. I'm going to put in the department. It's going to be called sales. And then I always add a tag, which is who's going to pay for this. And this is cost center. And I'm going to say this is 1919-88. The only thing I'm also going to do is on stack creation, I'm going to say disable rollback on failure so I can do some troubleshooting if I've made any mistakes. So there's my parameters. There's everything I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and say create stack. And now we're going to watch the stack start to create. And by the way, this takes a little bit of time. You're doing some really complex things, but you can also then, once you're committed, once this is the stack you need, then you have a gold code that you can keep a copy of and build your AMIs against this particular copy. So I'm going to pause and wait for this to complete. Okay, well, create failed because the subnet name does not exist. And that's an old subnet I was using for testing. So we're going to stop at this point and make those changes.